candidate from the eastern region of the country, Mr. Tamajit Bhowmick. His topic would be ease of doing business. India improves rankings and way forward. In the meanwhile, Tamajit is here? Yeah. Okay. Can we run his AV, please?
Hello.
Hello to everyone. This is Tamajit Bhowmick from Kolkata, representing the eastern region of ICAI. Basically, to be true, it's been the love and the passion for public speaking that has motivated me all throughout this journey and has led me to reach this platform. Hoping to have a great time at Indore and learning some new experiences as well. Thank you.
Okay, so Tamajit would not be having a PPT, as PPT was not a compulsory requirement, may be used. So he'll be speaking directly.
Hello.
A very good morning to all of you over here. The topic on which I'll be sharing my views upon is India improves ranking in the ease of doing business and way forward. In the world's ease of doing business this year, India has moved from the 77th to the 63rd position. The World Bank has significantly mentioned the efforts that India has taken to climb such a significant step. Now, the most important thing is, what is the importance of this rank? On analyzing, it was found that doing business is founded on the principle that a strong economic background gets formed on clear and coherent rules. The rules that bring out a sense of prosperity. Along with it provides a sense of contractual customers, a feeling of security against arbitrary and abuse. Most importantly, these economic reforms are well taken or well implemented if the people for whom they are intended, they get access to it. Now, as far as the recent report of 2020 is concerned, three aspects where India has toppled down and has achieved a significant shift. First, resolving insolvency. It was a masterstroke, bang on. Second, trading across borders. And the third, but not the least, getting construction permits. Now, when I'm talking about the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016, the most important aspect is 2 lakh crore of insolvency proceedings has been solved outside the ambit of court. That is a very important thing which India feels that it should recognize or improve upon. Along with a single platform for the import and the export for the trade stakeholders also helps India to climb up a step in trade across borders. Moving on to the next part of it is, we all know that nothing comes in this world only with positivity as its only aspect. Now, what is the thing? The thing is, there are 4 sectors primarily where India has not been that much, or India has not seen that much of improvement. First, starting a business. Second, enforcing contracts. It is very disheartening to see that even India has climbed up 14 places, but still, as far as enforcing contracts is concerned, it still ranks the same, that is 163. The next and the most important is paying taxes. We all know the GST regime. To be very true, it's a law that is newborn, and at the same time, since it is newborn, it is immature. But one thing needs to be kept in mind, that whatever may be the law, it needs to simplify. Unless and until the law gets simplified, it doesn't take into consideration all stakeholders. And the last point is registering property. Now, I duly mention the point of registering property over here, mainly because of the fact I take one aspect into consideration of business trust, the concept that has been taken from Singapore. If this concept overall runs in India with a simplified direct tax regime, it would be just marvelous. But at the same time, if India doesn't improve in registering property ranks, the whole story ends over there itself. But hold on, the story doesn't end over here. The story goes farther about that. two ranks or two criteria in the same way we, the elocution participants, are being categorized or judged on various criteria. India, being a participant, also gets judged on various criteria as well. So the main thing is, two of the criteria where India dipped down. First, getting credit, and second, I'm taking down into consideration the point of getting credit. Getting credit is nowadays a bit tough, especially for the small ones, because after the merger of the banks have happened, they are taking extra care into the fact that NPAs don't get created in the same way that has been created for so long. So this thing needs to be taken down into consideration. The twist of the story goes like this, that it is very important that India, whatever standards they have set up itself, will it be able to maintain it in the just next following year. The reason is, there are various economies along with the 190 economies, including China, India as well, that they want to get a bigger picture of what's happening all around. Means bigger picture means, I want to include more cities. The survey that is conducted in 2020 included only two cities, Bangalore and Delhi. It's Delhi and Mumbai. Now the next two cities that they are taking down into consideration is Bangalore and Kolkata. It will be interesting to see that when they expand their survey to Bangalore and Calcutta, will it be able to maintain the same standard that they have set for themselves? And if they maintain that, it would mean that reforms are not only being planned, are not only being implemented, but at the same time it is working on the ground level. To end with, I believe in one thing, that whatever India has reached up to such a position, India will not allow its standards to rest and relax. Thank you. Thanks for being such a lovely audience, guys.
Hello, Tamajit.
Good morning.
First of
Good
all,
afternoon, ma'am.
good afternoon.
Good
First of all, it's a pleasure to see that without PPT also you were very accurate with your facts. So that is one thing which should be appreciated with
Thank
you.
you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
And my question is
Sure.
that India has dipped down ranks in terms of getting credit. You mentioned the banking scenario. So as the banking scenario is very tight nowadays, what other alternate sources of credit can a business avail?
The alternative sources of credit that business can avail is from the non-banking financial institutions as well. Because ultimately the banks that they have merged, they will take some time or to regrow whatever the reforms that have been implemented. They will not go on the riskier side of increasing their NPAs. Now, leaving the banks, if I'm going for the other prospective areas of getting credit, it may be the non-banking financial institutions. But at the same time, that needs to be taken down into consideration also, because the same problem that is being faced over here is not carried over there as well. So for me, it's one of the prospective areas where they can get credit is non-banking financial corporations.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.